So this whole aspect about employment and how we did this year, what would you say?
Playing to the gallery appears to be something that the political class have mastered. We must first appreciate where we are and where we want to be as a country. The global economy in the last 1 decade has been in the decline, especially after the financial crisis of 2008. Because economists tell us that to be able to put a meaningful dent on poverty and increase per capita income in one generation, an economy must grow within the range of at least 3% in a year. Up to the time we were getting into the COVID pandemic in 2019-2020, most of what you call the global north were unable to grow within that range. But the situation was more dire in the global south. Countries like Sub-Saharan Africa, Southeast Asia, et al. So then we elect a government that was largely elected by people who are feeling the bite of the high cost of living. What worries me is how the government has set out to conduct its business. Its flagship project is Hustler Fund. But you realize that Hustler Fund, especially in implementation, is so fundamentally different from how it sounded and appeared in the campaign trail.
During the campaign period, yes.
So then the people are unable to afford food on the table. The cost of transportation fares are still very high. Energy is still through the cost of energy is still through the roof. These are things we must be able to bring down to manageable levels so that our people are not, harassed by the high cost of living. If you look at Hustler Fund, I am not an economist, so I would not want to go into the specifics of saying that 500 will make a difference or not, or that if 500 is the minimum, say then we have got this large segment of say that gets a loan of 2,000
2,000 shillings,
that this 2,000 shillings is going to create a whole difference. Because one thing that then this does is that if you give people, say, this 2,000, if you are able to lend them this 2,000 shillings, what means is that we are going to build an economy of, an informal economy, a thriving and informal economy, that one remains largely out of the reach of the taxman. Secondly, even if we were to bring it within the reach of the taxman, then very little would still be left for these people to survive. What we know is that this government must very fast make necessary investment to ensure that we spur our productivity as a country. There are three things that makes an economy grow. What you produce as an economy, and then what you consume, then the investment you've made in your people, and then the infrastructure. Today, one of the problems we are facing, not only as a country, but also as a region, is the question of collapsed food systems. The president seems to be, has been speaking, passionately about importation of fertilizer. But you see, when you import fertilizer, but we still rely on rain-fed agriculture, that fertilizer may not mean much. So that how then do we make investment to transit from rain-fed agriculture to irrigation, so that number one, we are able to produce sufficient food for our people, and so that when we were young, we used to see that poster, kick polio out of Africa. So that now today we can say within the next, say, 1 year or 1.5 years, we are able to kick hunger out of our country and then move to the area of export. So then in terms of then priorities and doing better and involving young people, on the same, because a lot of people were really excited about the Hustler Fund during the campaign. And then here we are today. It's more of, we'll give you some money, like, make sure you repay within 50 days. And repayment is, there's no problem with repayment. The only problem, and I will tell you, my problem is, I will not even get into what I consider legal hurdles. Of course, Hustler Fund has got legal challenges. One of them is that we have this Hustler Fund that is now sitting without a board. and without a CEO. And the law provides that there are people who are to be appointed to sit in that board.
And oversee.
When that has not been done, the question is, if today I have a dispute with the Hustler Fund, say not improper money has been wired to my account, say less or more,
All right.
so say I want to institute proceedings, and my brother here, Kagai, will tell you that I have to serve Hustler Fund. So whom will I serve?
exactly
Will I
are you
serve
serving?
Twitter? Will I serve them via Facebook?